Welcome back everyone here to the Scientist Reverse Grid League, the Einstein League, the last race of the season here at Monza. We are right now on our formation lap. Don't get confused by Durdan's run into the first sector. We are on the formation lap, so no one wins the race on this lap, of course, as we all know. So just grab yourself something to drink and something to get your heart rate down with, because here at Monza special things happen. Unfortunately, I have to say, we don't have a title decided, because the title is decided since Portimao. Walterby and Jaden are the two guys who were leading. Jaden was leading by 6 points in the Drivers' Championship ahead of Walterby. Walterby was racing in Portimao. Jaden didn't. Walterby got enough points to overtake Jaden in the Drivers' Championship, and Jaden is not participating here at Monza. That means that Walterby is our Drivers' Champion. Alpine and AlphaTauri are still fighting for the Constructors' Championship. That's still open, but we have a dispute on our formation lap. That's your funny bot starting in P7. Talking about the formation on the starting grid, we have Durdan in P1, Simpiel P2, Yor P3, D'Cunha in P4, Moshe P5, Walterby P6, then your funny bot. Scientist, Infamous are both reserves for tonight, starting in P8 and P9, Rob in P10, Raisin also reserved for AlphaTauri in P11, Rawson, Spooner reserving, Chappie, and Casto is in for the second race. He unfortunately missed the first one, but he's back in his Red Bull for the second race. As we can see, the top 6 are starting on softs. You're funny about the first one on mediums, then Scientist and Infamous on softs again, Rob and Raisin mediums, and then the 3 guys at the end, also Spooner, Chappie on softs, Casto on mediums. Back to the race. The 5 red lights are out and the race will start any second. It's go time. Durdan still in P1. Had a good start. Someone in the wall with a huge shunt. He's down, of course, to last positioning. Yor and Moshe, both Ferraris, going for it here at the Italia. Wanting to show the Italian Harry Potter a little bit of their skill. But D'Cunha overtaking Moshe up to P3. Moshe P5, his left tire looks a little bit used. Maybe he was into the gravel. He's going down the inside against Walter Bay. Mate, that was crazy. That was full fucking power. That was some crazy shit. So Moshe P4 in his Ferrari. D'Cunha up to P3. Yor P2. Durdan still in the lead in P1 after a good start. Casto out of the race! Casto bins it at the end of Lesmo 2. Not even one lap in and Casto is out of the race. That's absolutely bloody horrible news for Red Bull. Virtual safety car is out right now. Not a full car safety car at the moment. We'll never know how that changes. People, drivers have to watch their delta now. Simpiel is gaining a lot of time here against Spooner. So if I would have to put my money on it, I'd say that Simpiel gets a drive-through in a few seconds. I could be mistaken, but you never know. With F1, you never know, a wise man once said. Simpiel coming into the pits. Of course, he has a lot of damage. Not to talk about that. We have green flags again. Raisin overtaking Scientist. They can both go at it because they're both reserves. 50-50 decisions absolutely allowed between these two. Scientists using a DRS to get Raisin back. Down into the second chicane. He's still diving down, putting the nose in. Raisin fighting against that, touching his side pod. Everything Gucci here. Hard racing, hard fighting. Walterby P5, Moshe P4 still. D'Cunha P3, Yor P2. And Durdan just losing it. See you later. He's out of the race. The Williams is done at the same place where Casto been it to. So Durdan in the lead, out of the race. Only yellow flags at the moment. No safety car, nothing at all. Only yellow flags. Yor up to P1. D'Cunha P2, Mosher P3. The Tifosi are going wild, not because Mosher lost the position to Walterby, only because Yor is now in P1. Chappie lost his car out of Ascari, I think. The last Ascari corner was a virtual safety car again. Yor coming into the pits, late call, 5-second penalty for him. We also have, or we only have Yor in the, oh no, we have Takumi in the pits, Scientist in the pits, Infamous in the pits. We have a few. The bad thing is for Aston Martin that Takuya and Infamous are just double stacking, so not a good thing for them, but it is what it is. Still virtual safety car. Everyone is pitting under the virtual safety car. Drive-through for you, funny bot. So that's the thing you absolutely don't fucking want. That's a drive-through under virtual safety car conditions. Green flags again. Everyone is going. Only Rawsome, I think, still in the pits. Yeah, Infamous just coming out behind him. Maybe he's attacking him already into turn one. He's doing it. It's very close. Oh, side part. They're touching. Oh, and Rawsome is letting Infamous go, I think. Yeah, you don't know why. Maybe he felt that was a little bit too harsh, but just from that camera angle, it looked good. Everything was nice. They touched a little bit, but it was all fighting within the limits. Nothing too bad here. Then we have another yellow flag. It's Mosher! Mosher, the Ferrari is out. Forza Ferrari into the wall. Spinella out of Ascari. Left side into the wall. Completely dead. His teammate Yor on hards is now coming by. As you can see, Mosher there in the wall. Absolutely bloody fucking horrible for Ferrari. Another virtual safety car. So the race director's playing around with the virtuals. He's not going for the full call safety car. Raisin and Walterby taking their chance to pit now. Spooner staying out. I think we also have Rob. Well, Rob is staying out. He's not doing the pit stop because his teammate is in. Clever decision. Yor coming, not your funny bot coming into the pits, changing onto the soft tyres, but I think he still has the drive through. Let's see, we also have here Raisin just coming out of the pits. Oh, he lost a few places here. Raisin is down to P6. Scientist in P7 with the drive through. Yeah, that's not so good. Scientist with the drive-through. Green flags again, so race is continuing. Man, that's too much action to follow. It's absolutely horrible. Takuya P5, Raisin P6. Raisin very close behind, ghosting into Takuya. Walterby P4, Yor P3, Rob P2 and Spooner in P1. And he hasn't pitted yet. Let's see. Who also hasn't pitted yet. So we have only Spooner and Rob who haven't pitted yet. And Raisin is going for the overtake against Takuya, but backing off in Ascari. Because, yeah, you don't want to do an overtake there. Maybe he at the exit, if he nails, if he gets more traction. But I think he's waiting for it because he will have the DRS on the main straight. Big advantage for him, of course, and much easier overtake. Takuya also is a regular driver. Raisin is a reserve. So you don't go for 50-50 overtakes. Yeah, that's the rule. It's very, very important to respect each other on track. It's the most important thing. But he did that now with DRS, so everything Gucci here. Infamous with the fastest lap. He's flying at the moment. He's on mediums, not on softs. Your funny bot, I think, still has the drive-through. He has. Yor with 5 seconds. Your funny bot with the drive-through. No other penalties right now anywhere near. Rawson P9, Cynthia P10. Scientist P11 after he already did the drive-through. So now we have both Alpines on the podium positions in P2 and P3, but of course Rob hasn't pitted yet. Walterby did. And the good thing for Walterby, of course, is that Yor has that 5-second time penalty, and Raisin is flying. He's coming. He's overtaking Yor with DRS on the long straight up to Ascari. And he's only 9/10 behind Walterby. You can see him there, and he will have DRS on the main straight against him. Raisin is absolutely flying on these softs. Walterby on mediums. But let's see if Raisin really can use these softs until the end of the race, because he pitted on lap 4, I think, on softs. So that's very ambitious to go 9 to 10 laps with these tyres. Fastest lap for him now. DRS, a little bit of DRS is enough to overtake Walter B up to P3, and net still have to pit there in P1 and P2 at the moment. Let's have a look at our position changes. So we have Spooner gaining 12 positions from P13 to P1. Of course, he still has to pit. For Rob, absolutely the same, gained 8, but he will go back a few. Raisin gained these 8 positions for real, so he's up to P3. Walter B gained 2. Jordi Cunha lost the funny board, still where he started. Infamous gained 1, Rawson gained 3. And the big loser right now at the moment is Cynthia 88. He lost 8 positions because of his crash at the start. Crashed into the wall. I'm surprised that he didn't DNF there, because that was a really bad one, but yeah, good for him that he's still in the race. He's in P10 at the moment, so still getting a few points for Haas. We're here in the bushes of Monza, following Raisin around Parabolica. I think Parabolica has now a new name, but I'm absolutely refusing to call Parabolica anything different, as Rob is now coming into the pits for Alpine, and he's losing a few positions now. Funibot also coming in. I think he's coming in for the drive-through now. And Walter B, I think... No, I'm completely confused right now. I thought that the car behind Yor was an Alpine. Of course, it's an Aston Martin. The one of De Cunha, who's now in P5, very close behind Yor. Oh, and Yor going into the gravel. I don't know if there was a little push by De Cunha from behind, or if he just broke himself, or maybe jumped over the curb. But that was a little trip through the gravel, which means De Cunha is up to P4 and Yor is down to P5. Infamous is only 4 seconds behind Yor. Yor's on hards, Infamous on fresh medium, so let's see who can push a little bit more as we have yellow flags. Here the last sector, who was that? That was Simpiel. He spun, Scientist overtook him now. But we have a battle here, Rob and Rawsome, I think. Yeah, it is Rob and Rawsome. Rob on fresh softs, Rawsome on medium, so big advantage for Rob, of course. He didn't want to lose any time behind Rawsome there through Ascari. Well, of course, Rawsome is now very, very close behind Rob, and he will have the DRS on the main straight. So Rob needs to have a very beautiful exit here out of Parabolica and needs to use his ERS to get the gap between him and Rawsome. Rawsome down on ERS, but he has DRS. Rob, where is he moving? He's in the middle of the straight. Rawsome faking the overtake on the inside, but realizing that this is a very late call, so very clean driving by both of them. Rob placing his car beautifully, not leaving any space on the outside and not enough on the inside. Very good car positioning by him here. Infamous has gained 1 second on the last lap against Yor. He's now in P6, Yor P5, Cunha still P4, and Yor's out of the DRS of De Cunha. So Spooner still in P1, hasn't pitted yet, 6.2 ahead of Raisin, who's in P2, and a net P1. Spooner is on soft tires, so I think he's coming in now. Oh, we have yellow flags in sector 2, but they're already gone, so that could have been something for Spooner for safety. Just would have come out, but yeah, it didn't happen. That means Raisin is taken over now. He's in P1. Walter B P2 now. And I think De Cunha, Yor, and Infamous will overtake Spooner on the main step. We're on board with Infamous. Where is Spooner? He's not even out of the pits right now. Oh, it's close between him and Rob, I think. Well, nah, it's a few seconds, so it's not too close. But P6 for Spooner, so not too bad to stay out a little bit longer, because I think he still gained a few positions here. He gained 7 positions in the end. Oh, that's a very good one. It's a very good result for him. So the only one on track right now with penalties is Yor. He has a 5-second time penalty for speeding into the pit lane. We're now on lap 9. of 13. So we have 4.5 laps to go. Raisin is leading the race. Everyone has pitted now. Walter B, P2, Dicunha P2, Yor P4, Infamous P5, and Infamous is now very close to Yor. He has DRS on the straight up to Ascari, but of course he's not going for the overtake. The gap is too big, and he will have quite easy overtake on the main straight. Yor's a regular driver, Infamous reserve, so no 50-50 overtakes, of course. He will stay behind. He will use the DRS on the main straight to overtake Yor cleanly and without any mistakes or flaws. So let's see, that's the slipstream, that's DRS right now. No usage of DRS now because he doesn't have to. He's overtaking Yor, leaving a lot of space, and has a lot of space between him and Yor at the moment. Yor breaking himself there a little bit and losing so much time in the chicane that he's already out of DRS against Infamous. 2 seconds behind, Infamous, 2.3 behind his teammate Dicunha. P3 and P4 at the moment for Aston Martin. Beautiful result for them. Rob is fighting very hard to climb up the rankings and gain even more places. He has Spooner now ahead of him. Spooner, of course, on mediums because he pitted from softs to mediums. Rob on softs. Maybe Rob is going for the overtake now with DRS. Maybe he's waiting for the main straight. But nevertheless, he's there. He wants to get Spooner. He wants to get P6 for Alpine to get the Constructors title for his team. Raisin comfortably in the lead, 7 seconds ahead of Walter in the Alpine. He's in front of both Aston Martin and Yor. Yellow flag sector 2. It's the Haas again. It's Simpiel. Maybe just a little trip through the grass. Nothing bad. Didn't see him spin there or something. Scientist very close, man. Funny ball backing up for the moment into Ascari. It's very tricky to overtake there. Rob is now very close behind Spooner, and they're gaining on Yor. So Rob now up to P6. The DRS will help him actually to gain even more time on Yor now, because with the help of ERS and DRS he gained so much time on the main straight. As you can see here, he's only half a second behind Yor now. And stuff by Rob, who's now maybe going for another overtake against Yor. I don't know if Yor has maybe damage or something. I can't see anything. Rawson is out of this race. From PA, he DNFs. Let's see what the game is doing. Maybe another virtual safety car. Maybe green flags. But yeah, I saw your liar. What happened there? There was a touch, I think, between Rob and Yor or Spoon and Yor. I didn't see that, but Yor's out of the race. I didn't see Yor touch the wall. Maybe he was just frustrated. Yeah, but his car is on the side of the track. Yeah, that's very unfortunate. So Yor had good chances to score a lot of points for Ferrari here, but Yor and Moshe, both Ferraris, started very good, but finished very bad, unfortunately. Only 9 runners now in the race. Raisin still in the lead, of course. 8.5 ahead of Walter B in P2, lap 12 of 13. Only 2 laps to go now. Rob in P5, Spooner P6, Scientist P7, you Funnyball P8, and Simpiel, who's surviving, is in P9. Infamous is closing the gap to Dicunha, and Scientist and you Funnybot are going at it. Scientist and you Funnybot changing position for the last 2 laps now. So let's see how that ends. I know that Scientist is a reserve. I think the Funnybot is a regular here in Einstein, so Scientist has to be careful in these 50-50 moments to rather let your Funnybot go than to battle him too hard and maybe giving him damage or a loss of position just because of the battle. That's not the intention of having reserves in. Raisin is now on the last lap of the race, lap 13, and Infamous is only half a second behind Acuna. I think he's not going for the overtake, as we could hear here. He's backing off. He's a reserve tonight for Aston Martin, so he probably will let Acuna be on the podium. Infamous was on the podium in Portugal. Would be nice to see another Aston Martin here. Beautiful result by both of them, P3 and P4. And I think he's letting Acuna get that P3 here at Monza. Rob is 3.5 seconds behind. You Funnybot and Scientist still fighting for it, leaving each other enough space. Scientist now bumping a little bit into your Funnybot. Funnybot is now ahead of Scientist. He has 47% ERS left. Scientist only 3. Scientist trying to go around the outside, side by side. Beautiful battle by both of them here. Your Funnybot blocking the inside a little bit. Scientist backing off for the moment, and at that time we were talking about that race, across the line and wins the race, the last race of the season here at Monza. Walter B finishing in P2. He's your new Einstein Drivers World Champion, and that means also that Alpine will win the Constructors title. So a lot of reasons for Alpine to celebrate. Good result by Aston Martin. Acuna P3, Infamous P4, Rob finishing P5, making it a very good result for Alpine here. You Funnybot going around Parabolica for the last time of the season. Going slowly here with Scientists together, celebrating their battle they had here. Scientists crossing the line in P7, your Funnybot P8. That's how you pay respect to each other. SRGL finishing in P9. A beautiful last race. Unfortunately, a lot of DNFs, but a beautiful last race. Good to see the respect on track between these drivers, between the reserves, the regulars. Very good 2 races by these guys. Of course, always a little bit to discuss afterwards, but that's why we have the incident report for that. Raisin is your winner of Monza. He gets at least the 25 points for AlphaTauri in the bag, or even more. We have a special point system in our league, so I think it's 30 points. Walter B finishing in P2 and sealing the Drivers and Constructors World Championship for Alpine here in the Einstein League. I think Aston Martin made a good jump tonight in the Constructors with beautiful results. Twice on P3, then P4 here at Monza, and P8 I think at Portugal. That's a lot of points. Let's see what changes here in the end. Rob finishing in P5, sealing a very good result here for Alpine at Monza. Spooner finishing in P6, Scientist in P7, your Funnybot P8, and SRGL P9. Our DNFs for tonight are your Rawson, Moshe, Chappie, and Durden. So guys, I want to thank you a lot for tuning in on the last Fridays for that whole season, for the 4th season of Scientist Reverse Grid League. We will have a little break between Season 4 and Season 5, of course, as we always have. The good thing is, next week, Imola will come out on the new game. We'll implement that into the calendar for the new season. Therefore, we have at least 3 weeks to practice on that track. I think we will have something coming up for you in these 3 weeks to keep you entertained. Thank you all for tuning in for the last few weeks, for supporting the channel and the league by just watching and leaving your comments. It's very, very appreciated. Thanks a lot for your input and for your time also to just watch these guys and give them your support. Thanks a lot. Stay safe, everyone. Stay healthy. And I wish you a great weekend. Take care, and we see and hear from each other in 3 weeks. Goodbye.